told you, AyoT, in that Ghana game and Mali game, I said he failed the audition. But how can someone that failed the audition still be Super Eagles coach? So now that's why we're in this situation.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you're watching or listening to us from. My name is AyoT and my co-host is
Smith Layi, thank you for joining.
yes, and you are now tuned into the Naija FC Podcast, where we bring you unfiltered opinions. We bring it to you as we think of it, as we feel it. Of course, knowledgeable, educated opinions on everything, on every topic, on every debate surrounding Nigerian football. This is another episode, another exciting one. We have an interesting topic to cover today. So yes, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, engage with us, and of course, we hope you enjoy this episode. Smith Layi, very, 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 very interesting times for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And dare I say, for Nigerian football as a whole, very interesting times. We are not getting many things right. And the few things that seem to be going right in recent months are now going left. We just saw the Super Eagles of Nigeria play two World qualifiers. After playing two friendly matches against Mali and Ghana, they played two World qualifiers against South Africa and Benin Republic. Unfortunately, we could only get 1 point out of those 6 matches, and now things are not looking too great for us, and we don't have any World qualifier coming up until March of next year. Coach Finidi, a coach that his appointment caused a lot of debate. In fact, even before he was appointed as permanent coach, just once he was made as interim, people have been debating on whether or not he even deserves to be interim coach. So many different opinions on this topic, on this matter. And now, in 4 games, 2 competitive, 2 friendlies, he's not proven that he's really taking this team forward from where Jose Peseiro left it. I'll just ask you, before we get into anything that the NFF have said, I'll just ask you from a personal opinion point of view, how would you rate Finidi George's performance so far in the first 4 matches as Super Eagles boss?
If there's any mark that is below 0, I will look for it. For me, he did not perform well, and I said these things clearly. If you remember, we had a Instagram live. It's on YouTube. You can still go and watch it. I said it before that it will not be in the job before September, because I knew that it does not have the capacity to lead the team forward. See, these teams are they're big boys. See, when Finidi George came to Nigeria, he wanted to be under 17 coach. But how can somebody who wants to be a 17 coach landed himself Super Eagles job? Apart from you being sound technically, you must also be able to get your man management spot on in the Super Eagles, because you are playing with the big egos and everything. So I think, in my opinion, he got it wrong from day one. So, in my opinion, I will just exaggeration is just 0%. I think he underperformed. And he's going to take the argument again of foreign based as home-based coaches. In my opinion, I think that I told you, AyoT, in that Ghana game and Mali game, I said he failed the audition. But how can someone that failed the audition still be Super Eagles coach? So now that's why we're in this situation.
I mean, yeah, you're harsh. You don't care how anybody feels. To say that you want to give me a mark that is less than 0, I think is harsh.
Yeah.
We still give him small credit. He beats Ghana. he beats Ghana. Despite it not being a full strength Ghana, he beats Ghana in a friendly, but he beats Ghana. He drew against South Africa.
10-man Ghana.
And then he lost against Mali and he lost against Benin Republic. The Mali one, disappointing, but it was a friendly game, so I will cut him a little bit of slack. The Ghana won. Nice, to win a game against Ghana, but it was a friendly game, so I wouldn't give him too much credit. And then in the competitive games, draw against South Africa, not impressive. Defeat against Benin, not impressive. I will give him a 3.5 out of 10 so far. 3.5 because he didn't lose every match, so at least you get some points for that. He scored, I think, 2 goals against Ghana. He scored 1 goal against South Africa and 1 goal against Benin Republic. So he scored 4 goals. So give him another point for that. And then at least for the win, things like that. But 3.5 out of 10 on Finidi George after his first 4 matches. Now, in the aftermath of these 2 World Cup qualifiers that we've played, of course, the Nigerian people don't keep quiet. A lot of reactions, a lot of comments, a lot of people talking about him, about this team, about our chances. And Finidi George's future has already come into a lot of debate and under a lot of scrutiny. Smith Layi, I know you said this before, that if things don't go well in these 2 qualifiers, we could be sacking our coach again and finding somebody else for September. And it looks like that might be the situation that is happening, because the NFF released a statement. The NFF released a statement saying that they are looking towards appointing an expatriate technical advisor for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Of course, they say that they are as disappointed as we are about the results, but it is disappointing. They want the person to take charge in the coming weeks ahead of the AFCON qualifiers and the remaining World Cup qualifying matches. Now, they have not categorically said Finidi George is gone, or we've parted ways in by mutual consent, or we've sacked him. They've not particularly said it. After our NFF president told us he was God's chosen one. But they are telling us that they want to hire, and they made it clear, an expatriate technical advisor. Smith Layi, what are your thoughts on this statement by the NFF?
It's like it's like they have salt in their mouth. They don't know maybe to swallow it or to throw it away. When you have things like that, the issue is this: the man knew that he's no longer the head of coaching Super Eagles. If you are appointing an expatriate technical advisor, that's the name they use for Nigeria. And now they're bringing them. They said that they are technical advisor, expatriate. At the end of the day, they end up playing the role of a chief coach. So if they are coming and you are the one that made decision before, and now you are not making decision again, are you in the job? You are the one that is making decision. You are the one that everybody comes to. You are the one that go to press conference. Nowadays, you not be going to press conference again. You'll be in the backstage. What is that they are telling us that they are demoting him, or they have sacked him? But none of them, they did not mention any of those things there. That is being demoted or is being sacked. Because if you are used to doing a role, now you are going back to a previous role you used to do before because you cannot take the lead role again. That means that you have been demoted or you have been sacked. According to reports, I'm hearing that he's going to be part of the assistant. And if he's not interested, he can actually go. It can be rumor, but it's not official. So I think that he's been sacked. I think that they've parted way with him indirectly.
Can he go back and speak to Imba?
No, that when I don't know, because the guy that is doing is in Imba now, he's even doing well. Imba is playing better under him now than under Finidi. And now that is the funniest thing, sometimes when your boss do something become big boss for somewhere, you want to come back and display, it go hard now. It's going to be very hard. So, my opinion, I think it was so quick to resign from Enyimba. I think he will have waited till to these two games before he resigned from Enyimba, in my opinion, because I knew that it's going to be gone.
Tough one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is like you said, the NFF, they have salt in their mouth, they have egg on their faces. They are now just trying to shake things up. Of course, we've said this thing before. We said it before this appointment of Finidi George, that the NFF, can we actually trust them to make the right appointment when it comes to these things? Can we trust them to make the right decision when it comes to these things? And time again, they show us that we cannot. And now they're now trying to, okay, let's really back in, guys. Let's bring it back in. Can we still save it? Thankfully, our group is rubbish, so it's not too far away for us to catch up and maybe qualify. Oh, let's go and bring one Oyinbo man very quickly that can do the job. When you could have just done that from the first instance, and you'd have brought in somebody competent, somebody with experience. You have to pay the person, but that's the price you have to pay for a good job. I think it's laughable, like I said, that we don't know categorically whether or not Finidi George is going, if he's staying, if he's going to become an assistant all of a sudden again. We don't know the situation. I think that's laughable. I feel bad for Finidi if he has to go from earning a stable income with Enyimba to now doing pay-as-you-go salary as assistant of Super Eagles alone. Or maybe he can find another job in the MPFL quickly. Or he can go and coach Sporting Lagos. But it's just very, very.
I want to say something too. What about his assistant that he brought?
No, all those ones. I hope they did not quit their job initially.
No, I don't think they have any job before. So
well, for the ones that were active, I hope they did not quit their jobs, because at the end of the day, their own contract has always been pay as you go, pay per engagement. So it wasn't any guaranteed income. Even if they did well in this June, they will have to wait how many months to collect money again. So it wouldn't have been wise for them to quit their day jobs if they had any. It is.
So that means that if their Oga is being demoted, so what is now their fate? So
maybe the new technical advisor that they are bringing, the expatriate, he can say he wants to keep them. He can ask them to go.
Did they have contracts? That's number one thing.
That one, man. That one is now going to dig into the NFF files. We don't have access to those files. I don't know if they have contracts. I honestly doubt. I'll be surprised if they do. Pleasantly surprised, I will say, if they do. But I already saw one of the I forget his name. He was already doing interview, thanking everybody for their support. Everything. I mean, to be fair, honestly, at the end of the day, see, Finidi George, even if anything happens, whatever happens in the future, he now has it on his resume that he was the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and it's something to be proud of. So, what does it matter? Football, that's the game that we're in. Football. You are loved until you are hated. You are loved until one day they eventually sack you. Very, 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 very few managers, that get to just after plenty years get up and say, okay, I'm leaving, I'm going for a new job. A lot of them, they are only there until the day that they eventually sack them. So even though his own days were,
I want to ask you a question maybe before we wrap it. Can he take NFF to FIFA?
Over what?
Over breach of contract, because it was a 1 year contract.
It depends on what the terms of the contract were. I mean, we've seen that there's some contracts you can sign that the employer can say, we can terminate you without due cause, as long as we give you notice. So maybe this is 1 week notice now that they've given him.
Mm-hmm.
Then by next week they will announce officially that he has been terminated. You don't know what the terms of the contract are. The contract might have said, if you fail to win any of the games against Benin or South Africa, then the contract is terminated immediately. We don't know. You know, they could have put it there that if you don't win, we don't pay you. We don't know. So, I mean, as far as him suing, it depends on what he agreed to. It just depends on what he agreed to.
Yeah. So another thing I want to just say basically is this: you know what we saw coming with this Finidi thing. I was surprised that other Nigerians did not see that coming. They're just shouting Finidi ball, Finidi ball. You know, as in, you know, it's also obvious that there's going to be time like this, and I know it's going to be rather sooner than later. So, well, you know, what I would say basically is that I would just wish him the very best of luck.
You know, the thing is, Nigerians, we are a very faithful people. We are a very hopeful people. You know, we're a very religious, prayerful people. And we're a very passionate, emotional people. And I think that's what happened. A lot of people just felt like, I'm tired of these Oyinbo men coaching our team. So they were just happy that it was not an Oyinbo man.
Yes.
I know one or two people in my life that they were just like, at least he's not a white man. Oh yeah, Finidi, let's go. You know, some people have their own personal, what's the word, motivations. You know, from Finidi being head coach, so they know why they push for him. Maybe they have a close relationship with him, so they know interview go de Boko with Super Eagles coach. They can be getting exclusive, they can be getting first-hand information, so they push for him. You know, everybody has their reasons. Me, I was even like, okay, I will support him because while he might not be the best coach in the world, it is actually a nice thing to see a countryman leading the national team. You know, it's just nice to be able to say, yeah, while the players on the field are Nigerians, the coach can also be a Nigerian and can also yield positive results. So when he was appointed, I said, okay, I'll support him. Let's see how it goes. You know? So I wasn't surprised that a lot of people just were rooting for him and wanted him to be there and, you know, ignored all the red flag. You know, it's like a babe. It's like a babe that when you're dating a guy, he used to call you a bastard. He call you useless woman. He insults you. He'll give you all sorts of names. He'll punch the wall. He will do this on break door in the house. Then all of a sudden, when you marry now, you are surprised that he's beating you. It's like, it's not a good thing. Yes, we condemn it, but all the broken doors, all the broken wall, all the insults where he don't give you for the time where he did date, you did not see all the flags. And that's what happened with us. A lot of people just ignored the red flags. The
And
NFF
focused on
ignored the
this
red flags because they wanted whatever agenda to agenda. They wanted to prove whatever point they had to prove. You know. And now we all have to swallow our saliva and you know, we go again.
Yes. That's it. So, you know, it's just so sad that the eternal did not really last long. But I think himself, I know that this is not going to be the end. He should go and prepare himself very well. Go and get the necessary certification. Go and try out somewhere else again and see, maybe, for example, if you go and apply for a job in other African countries, maybe he can go and get a job. So from there, he can, you know, he's got the name. From there, he can build something and come back home again. I believe that this is not the end of everything. He should just be well prepared for the next, for coming back to the Super Eagles, because I think that he's not ready. In my opinion, no. Yeah.
And Smith, before we wrap up this one and we go, let me just ask you, because I know you are the one that always has all this inside information for us. even though it's still early days, I mean, the announcements, the statements by the NFF was
Mm-hmm.
made today. Do we have any idea who they are even considering for this role of the expatriate technical advisor? Are there any names that we're hearing already?
Yes, there have been names. Just like when they threw the application open last time, somebody was picked. Somebody got it now. So the CV and everything is still around.
Mm,
A lot of people applied for the job. Most of the people that actually applied for the job, they're not even working now. They're
mm,
still not working yet. So you have Consensao, the former Cameroonian coach, Romanian league winner. He applied for the job. He has coached in Africa before. You have close like coach. There's one Dutch coach too that applied. A very young, very tactically gifted coach. There's also from Spain, the former, like Guardiola and Mourinho now. They're the talk of the town. So he's a former Guardiola assistant too. He was former Galatasaray coach. Very experienced. He's worked with and Guardiola before, just like the guy in Chelsea, Eric Tang to work with Guardiola. So he's also, worked with Guardiola before. At least he can ask for advice, and things like that. So,
you can ask for reference.
for reference,
Mm,
for reference too. So we've got, but for me, I think Consensao seems to be the favorite to get the job. There's also been talks that the French woman coach Ava Renard is also interested in
mm,
the job and is asking them to delay it till August or so. So I don't know. He has worked in Africa before, but his last job in Africa wasn't that good because he was the coach of Morocco or so. You know, and I don't think it went well in Morocco. So he coached Zambia to a trophy. He coached Ivory Coast to a trophy. Maybe bringing him now. Maybe it's now turn for Nigeria to win the AFCON if we get Reynard. So I think that if the sport ministry and the presidency have to assist NFF in paying salary, I think they can go for the best they want. And I think Ava Reynard will fit the bill because he has handled the big names before. And I don't think, all these guys will be, and he's very good tactically too.
mm.
Yeah.
Have Renard, I mean, Constantine, definitely some names that people will be familiar with. Some people with
Mhm.
pedigree. Have Renard, especially, top manager. We all know what he has done over the time he has been coaching in football, both in men's and in women's football. So it'll be very interesting to see if the NFF actually approach those kinds of targets and take it seriously. Because they will have to be professional, they would have to pay them good. And yeah, is the price you have to pay for success sometimes. But then definitely let us know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about Finidi? What do you think about the future? Who do you think maybe could be the next coach? Who would be your own choice if you were the NFF president or the technical committee of the NFF? As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for rocking with us. Make sure you like this video, like this audio, the podcast if you are listening. Make sure you share it with your friends, your family, your group chats, your forums, wherever you discuss football. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss any moment of our exciting Nigerian football content. My name is AyoT. My co-host is,
Smith Layi, thanks for joining.
yes, this is Naija FC Podcast. Bye bye, guys.